Welcome back. It's the middle of the week. It means more Symphogear. And to be honest, I'm not sure what to expect. The antagonists of this season slowly, possibly questioning their morals and motives, mainly because of the mass amounts of innocence that are being lost, and realising the ones they work for aren't exactly upstanding citizens. But of course, will that come tumbling down over their love of their mother figure? We'll have to see. Still, Hibiki being sidelined, not in the most gracious of manners either. As a veteran fighter who saved the world once before, go away, you're not needed. That's one way to make sure that no one does anything stupid. But grab a drink, because we're going to need to see some more. And with Hibiki becoming slowly more relic than human, how's that actually going to affect her in the long run? To be fair, she doesn't seem too debilitated by it, considering how intertwined it has been with her. And, letting her just waltz off by herself while there's all this shit still going on in the world with the scientist dude who is completely unhinged, who also knows her face. Do you think that's a good idea? But much like the self-sacrifice scene and the the savior of the world, the moon before, I'm thinking that we might be putting a little too much into the fear of death and the like for Hibiki. I don't believe that she is in that much danger, considering she regained her arm in the past episode. And if we have Maria and the gang slowly questioning their directives and their actions here, is it going to be a ex machina savior at the last moment kind of thing? Suddenly we decided to swap sides. Plus, considering that we were shown at the beginning of this, their freeway song, getting rid of the main catalyst of it seems like a bad idea, even if it is for our own safety. And what are they going to see once they actually arrive on scene? Their worst fears realized. She's been forced into battle once more. What's that sound just now? And is he going to continue to call out more noise? She's burning up. I'm going to turn up the music a little. With the excess bloom and light being caused from her overheating, kind of makes the visual experience slightly different than usual. Almost seems like something's off, which, granted, it is. Just, yep, it's fine. It worked the first time. Or the second or third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 428th time. So yeah, just keep calling out the noise. Does Solomon's cane ever run out of charge or require anything to call forth the noise? She's going the, full blast. Is it gonna... I mean, considering they kind of still need him. Fair. Much like Hibiki had a bit of... Oh yeah, he's part of the downside of having some, wheeled shoes. Just like Hibiki had a way to station herself off to force her forward, using the chains like that to bury itself deep into the ground. But is he in any right mind to make an escape right now? Don't give him an option, just carry him away. That works. Looks like you won't have to worry about her for too much longer. So, they came to help and protect. This is their reward. No matter the cost. There it is. Well, you don't really have much of a choice now. Well, luckily, they've at least got... Well, he does have delusions of grandeur, but luckily they are facing off against an enemy who actually have a medical team that somewhat knows how to help with these kind of matters. Is she going to have to try to overpower the relic itself that is fusing with herself? Yeah, well, you're a bit late with that one. Is she going to see how much they are suffering and realize what the doctor did to them as well? me guess, is... But who's it aimed at? But also, are we going to suffer some backlash from their songs, but also her be the way to calm it? Yeah, right now might be a good idea to turn and leave. There's not much else they can do here. It's really not necessary right now. They can just leave, considering she was clutching her chest and not really attacking. And once this plan backfires on him, still, it's everyone else's fault. Cuts through the soul. Slightly better than any physical attack, I guess. Fight fire with fire. In this case, song with song. Oh? She can forcibly pull them out of it. I see. So she's taking what they had before, being the way to stabilize the song so they could do something before. Taking away from them so they don't get harmed, but also try to contain it. And where else is that power gonna go? After seeing them trying to use the songs and warn about, oh, we'll just rend you asunder, still not using it against them or anything. But what is gonna be left? But the intense strain upon herself. Good thing she is part relic right now, because I don't think she'd be able to handle it otherwise. And how is the Doctor handling it when he knows that, oh shit, these powered up Linker songs just got immediately dispelled? Well, at least she showed some sort of care about them. Unlike the Doctor. Now, why is that? But why would she have protected you? After everything she's been saying, like almost every altercation that they've had, saying that she's going to try to wants people to get along and not hurt each other. I mean, we saw what happened to the leaf. Do you have a fire extinguisher? Dip her in the freezer for a bit. I thought we were about to get a transformation sequence plus motorcycle. No, we're not that lucky. Just a brief glow. That also seems incredibly dangerous to have on the front of a bike. I was wondering if they could put her into the sea, but have a water tank above her. That works. Yeah, usually this isn't the kind of thing you want to hold on to yourself if there's someone's life in danger. You want to inform that person so they don't make any rash decisions. Well, in this case, it was somewhat unavoidable. Or at least you want to work towards so you try and help them in any way they can. I see he had a shave. Now that he's back with these guys, he's a little less dishevelled. Yeah, what was the grand plan here anyway? I mean, bring awareness to what's going on. Sure, I can see. Work towards people that can actually affect it? Probably better than actively work against them. Make it harder for any joint work to be done. I do like how there is this corruption that you can see spreading. Is she able to have visitors? Define alright. It is what is left of it. So what form is it? The object you retrieved 5 years ago. Zenshoujing. And how much of it is just, missing memory or her just pretending to have lost it / repressing it? And what form would the Nephilim take once it is rebirthed, reformed? Do we get a standing ovation? Yeah, he definitely sees himself as some sort of god, doesn't he? And this is the one that you're aligning yourself with, by the way. Just let that sink in. Not bad, kind of camera move, parallaxing. And what... Yes, probably best to let it all be known. But also, what kind of excuses are they going to tell the teacher as to why Hibiki is now having to drop out of lessons? Yeah, that's going to cause a few trouble. A few issues. And even if it doesn't spread, there's probably some further problems that would transpire further down the line. I mean, our arteries and whatnot do look somewhat clogged with all of those crystals. To think after everything that we've just seen, and their, as was said, their kind of terror acts, just go shopping a big supermarket. Also, are they going to be a little more receptive to Hibiki and what they're trying to do now, considering they just stopped them from crumbling away? And Maria has been out of the fold, out of the action for quite a lot. Considering it's the same kind of thing that Hibiki is going through, the more she fights, the more she wakes her power, the less of herself she'll become. Not hungry? But if Maria was to go down, it would have to awaken somewhere else. So, you're not out of the woods yet. And this is where she couples over and metalpipe.mp3. So, against the noise, the forces of Earth of various countries and organizations, nope, they get done in by a bit of scaffolding. Oh no. Well, that would be a bit of a surprise. Just hold your arm up, hope for the best. How often has that actually worked? Don't let anything hurt me. Oh, cool. But if the soul hasn't reawoken in any of the subjects, is there a small part each? Just segment it off. They all get a percentage. But also, now that the dangers that are attached to Hibiki and her transformation is common knowledge for most of them involved. Well, first off, are they going to hold Tsubasa to account for not informing them, but also, are they going to manage to come up with some sort of plan to mitigate it? Because surgery after every battle doesn't exactly seem a good step forward. Just got to reach that resonating frequency to remove it all. We know, apart from imminent demise, the fact that Hibiki is burning up, becoming an organic auger, things aren't too bad. At least with the other girls now somewhat understanding, accepting, hang on, we should have died. She protected us. Now they might not be quite so rampant in their attacks, but also now that they're awakening more abilities and defenses. It's not just the normal kind of big bad has a plan, we got to go stop them. Things are really falling apart at the seams, rapidly. Sure, there is a big bad has a plan, but most of the characters involved have their own side bits. I would like to see more of the school friends that don't have a year get involved and do something amazing of their own, like we saw season 1 where they all joined together in song to raise the spirits and get her back. Something of that kind of nature. It seems that all of them are having second thoughts or wavering in their resolve, apart from the madman with the cane. He's still wanting to be a step above the next rung on the human evolution, even though he himself isn't really doing anything, but at least he can control the Nephilim. At least he wants to think he can. Watching him finally receive some sort of recompense, some justice for his actions, is going to be oh so sweet. I'll probably say this a few times before the show is over, but this is so much. This season is so much more than the first one, and I am so much more invested. Don't know what exactly has changed, other than just, well, maybe mostly my outlook on how things are, but maybe the uptick in a little bit of quality helped a little. And I really hope that you've been enjoying along with me as well. Still, Symphogear is a questionable show. One where music gets played, but whenever that does, disaster's just around the corner. Until our group at least turns tables, but I'm not sure when that is coming. So, if you're eager to see more, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out when the next lot is uploaded. I definitely want to see more almost right away. Am I going to be able to control myself is the thing. So if I've entertained you, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. But try not to push yourself too far. I'm glad that a lot of us probably aren't calcifying as we speak. So we can get some rest. And then I can see you for the next one. My patrons are the ones absorbing all that negative energy, making sure my superb songs that is my channel don't end up causing me to crumble away. And if you would like to also help out and get some more anime in return, consider joining onto my Patreon as well. And alongside the likes of Noku, Sal, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Shiwan, Tori Jane and everyone else, hopefully it won't require massive surgery for one more episode.